Some Republican presidential candidates have called on using the military to confront Mexican cartels. But a new documentary from CBS Reports reveals a previously unreported intelligence project that uncovered nationwide networks of Americans that are smuggling weapons to the cartels. Here's a preview.
Drug cartels in Mexico have been terrorizing Americans for decades. We're going to unleash the fury and might of the United States against these cartels.
Politicians are calling for war on cartels.
Is the United States federal government going to control our southern border, or are we going to let the Mexican drug cartels do it?
To combat the crises at America's southern border.
Tonight, the country is bracing for a migration influx.
Stop this illicit drug trafficking. It's killing Americans everywhere in this country.
This has been a major bipartisan failure of the United States government for many decades now. There is no accountability.
But an unprecedented intelligence project reveals.
I'm like, dude, who knows about this? He's like, I've told everybody. I go, CIA? He goes, yeah. I go, FBI? I go, yeah. I go, DEA? I go, yeah.
The front line of this battle is where we least expect.
Just pulled out a 9mm wrapped in plastic, which is still dripping in gasoline here, out of the gas tank. It's got this AR-15 that was hidden in this rear seat.
We have allowed the cartels to amass an army.
CBS News correspondent Adam Yamaguchi is joining us now. Gotta say, this is something that was not on my radar at all, Adam. What is the intelligence project that's been unknown to the American public until now?
Yeah, so this is a project called Project Thor. It was the first U.S. intelligence project that was specifically focused on international firearms trafficking. And it really came about as a number of folks across various government intel agencies started noticing patterns. They all came together and were able to connect dots that revealed this sprawling nationwide gun trafficking network that was sending upwards of 1 million weapons each year from the U.S. and into the hands of Mexican drug cartels. Now, prior to this, we've always known that drugs were making their way into Mexico. But they were sort of seen as like low-level, unorganized, unsophisticated transactions. And this really kind of blew the lid on all of that. And what Thor was able to do was connect hundreds of investigations, help solve those cases, and put American accomplices in prison and track down some of the narcos in charge.
Well, goodness knows, if you're looking for a weapon, you can probably find it for sale someplace in the United States. I imagine these cartels have weapons, preferred weapons. What sorts of weapons are being smuggled?
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, we have certain freedoms here in the U.S. that the cartels have figured out how to illegally exploit. We're not just talking about them getting their hands on handguns. We're talking about automatic belt-fed machine guns, grenade launchers, explosive rounds that can penetrate armored tanks and take out everybody inside. And these weapons are essentially empowering the cartels to fuel their deadly drug trade that's killing scores of Americans each year. In fact, last year, over 100,000 Americans died of drug overdoses. Now, on top of the drug problem that we're seeing here in the U.S., the bloodshed that the cartels inflict in Mexico contributes to the flow of migrants who are simply trying to escape that violence.
But still, I just am sort of struck by this kind of deadly relationship, right? Where the drugs are being sold here, the guns are being brought across the border. Where is this happening? Is there sort of a particular area where there's the focus?
Yeah, it's happening all across the U.S., as far north as Maine. There have even been cases in Alaska. And
Wow.
we met with cartel leaders who told us themselves that they can basically get a weapon on demand. And one person said that he could have a weapon delivered to him within 24 hours. I mean, this is how robust these networks are. And the folks in the U.S. who are buying and effectively helping to traffic these guns, they come from all walks of life. All ages, ethnicities, backgrounds, and again, geographically, they're everywhere.
It's like the Amazon of drug trafficking. If you order
The
it, it'll get
DoorDash,
there in 24 hours.
absolutely. Yeah, someone's sort of likened it to DoorDash.
Wow. So then what is the U.S. government doing about this?
Yeah, so Thor was started in 2018 under the Trump administration and was shut down and effectively shut down. The money basically ran out in late 2021. Now, the Biden administration is as acknowledging this problem for the first time publicly and calls this a priority. But our sources within law enforcement are concerned that their agencies aren't doing as much as they can, and that much of the strategy has shifted from trying to dismantle and take out the entire networks to essentially playing a game of whack-a-mole where border agents are simply trying to seize more guns at the border. We spent over 9 months trying to get answers to some of our questions from the ATF and the DOJ. And up until maybe just last week, they said that they really had nothing to add or comment to our reporting. But what they said last week was, look, we are still looking at gathering intelligence and trying to dismantle or target networks. But they wouldn't provide any specifics. And one last thing, seizures at the border have increased, but seizures are always a very difficult or unpredictable sort of gauge of success. While on the one hand, it could mean that we're taking a bigger bite out of the trafficking problem, it's also entirely possible that there's simply a bigger problem that is netting more seizures.
Adam, it's truly fascinating. Look forward to watching the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So the CBS Reports documentary, Arming Cartels, streams tonight at 9 Eastern on the CBS News Streaming Network, or you can watch it right now on the free CBS News app and Paramount Plus.